Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand significant early evening transfer news update for you here with me, Mark Goldbridge, as Manchester United set their number one transfer target as Harry Kane. Well, it's big news and it's coming in from somewhere that I've said quite a lot has maybe not got the credibility that it would have had a couple of years ago, but since Eric Ten Hag has come into the club, there's absolutely no doubt that the Mirror, for whatever reason, have good connections with the Ten Hag camp. They had it before he became Man United manager, all through last summer, and they are the people that are saying these words. Manchester United, Eric Ten Hag has made Harry Kane his number one transfer target this summer, and the Manchester United hierarchy have given the move the green light. Eric Ten Hag has made Harry Kane his number one transfer target, and the striker is understood to be ready to make the switch to Old Trafford to add silverware to his otherwise glittering CV. To be honest, there's nothing glittering about Harry Kane's CV. There's no silverware on there. And Manchester United are preparing to make an opening move, an opening bid, with an offer around £80 million for the striker. So what is your reaction to that? What is my reaction to that? Look, I can't be a hypocrite. If Eric Ten Hag has made Harry Kane his number one transfer target this summer, then you go and get Harry Kane. I've said the same about Frankie de Jong. If Harry Kane is the player that Eric Ten Hag thinks will make a huge difference to Manchester United, then you've got to go and make that signing, because this manager deserves to get the player that he wants. Am I slightly disappointed about it? Of course I am. I would rather we went for Victor Osimhen. I would rather we went for Vlahovic. I would rather we went for Ramos. I would rather we went for Mawani. I would rather we went for Højlund, because they're all, for me, players that would come to the club that Ten Hag can develop and turn into better players for many years to come. Harry Kane, for me, doesn't really have a developmental graph. He is 30 years of age before he kicks a ball, and he is what he is. But what he is a world-class striker. And if Eric Ten Hag thinks, I just want a world-class striker that can score me goals in the Premier League, and I believe can help us win the Premier League and the Champions League, I can see it. It's not disappointment from a point of view, I think we're making a big mistake. You know, Romelu Lukaku was exciting, but there was those who were concerned about aspects of his game, his link-up play, his control, etc. With Harry Kane, you don't need to worry about those sort of things. He can score all sorts of goals. He's good in the air. He can link up the play. He is a world-class striker. And if Eric Ten Hag thinks he's the striker for Manchester United, then you get behind that, because he deserves that respect as our manager. And Harry Kane certainly deserves that respect as a world-class striker. There are red flags. Of course there are red flags. And I'm not purposely using the red light on this show because it's a red flag. I'm not going to be a hypocrite again, and I'm not going to move away from my concerns about Harry Kane. 30 years of age is a concern. He had a lot of injuries up until about 3 years ago, and he's not really had that many since. Could that come back? Is he over his problems? If he starts picking up injuries in his 30s, that £80 million will very quickly become a waste of money if you've got a player that can't stay fit. That is a bit of a concern. He's never won anything. He doesn't know how to win things. That's a bit of a concern. But with the players around you, you could also say he's never played in a team that's got Casemiro, Varane, Martinez, Bruno, Rashford in it. He's never played at a club that is expected to win things. So that could be something that's easily solvable. And one of the big things for me as well is I don't think Spurs are going to be easy to deal with. If you get Harry Kane, I'm not really massively impressed by you score goals in the Premier League. We want somebody who can win the Premier League. We want somebody who can win the Champions League. And my big problem is that if we go for Harry Kane, I think it will take all of the summer, all of August, and then we will get him at the end of August, which means he'll miss the pre-season and he'll miss 3 or 4 games. And then he'll come into the team and we'll have a bit of an adjustment period, and he might not hit the ground running until October, by which time, you know, are we the team we could be? If Harry Kane's coming to Manchester United, I would send this message. Get your transfer request in and force your way out quick, because we need you on the tour. We need a team that is constructed on the tour and ready to go. We lost 2 of our first 3 games last season because we weren't ready. We cannot be in that position again this season. We want to hit the ground running and go for it, because every point matters, every game matters. And the history will show you that Daniel Levy and Spurs will accept defeats, but they will try and play a power game where they don't give us Harry Kane until it's too late. Not too late until it's late. So that would be my concern there. I don't think it's as simple as saying Manchester United want Harry Kane, is the number one transfer target, we're going to bid £80 million and he's going to be holding a shirt up in June. I do not for 1 minute believe that's going to happen. I think if he is the number one target, the bidding starts at 80 million quid and we'll end up paying 90, 100 on August the 31st. That's what I think will happen. I think it will be a long, protracted signing that we've seen plenty of as United fans. So I expect... look, we're live again at 8 o'clock. We can discuss it. We can do a poll, etc. But it is breaking news. I think it is credible news. I think that where it's coming from, they tend to be very well sourced and close to Ten Hag. It makes a lot of sense that Harry Kane would be at a high target for Manchester United. I personally believe, from the things I've been told over recent weeks and months, and remember, it's a bit of a Goldbridge hot take because I said this back in September. My hunch is that Man United will sign Harry Kane. At that time, people were sort of saying, I'm not so sure. I've always thought we would sign Harry Kane, so it's not a shock to me. But my belief is this. I think United really do like Osimhen. And I think that, well, I know that United were in conversations with Napoli last summer about Osimhen, and they got priced out of it. Napoli wanted ridiculous money, and they were right. Napoli were right to do that. They were right to ask for 100 million and Cristiano Ronaldo on loan with us paying the wages, because look at what Osimhen's done this year. Napoli made a correct decision. I think that Osimhen is a high target for Ten Hag, and I think it would be very interesting to be in a scenario where I'm the owner and I say to Ten Hag, forget about the money, who do you want, Osimhen or Kane? I will get you them. I think he might go with Osimhen, but I think Kane's more gettable. I think Osimhen's a very difficult deal to do. There's going to be a lot of competition, it's going to cost a lot of money, and I think United are probably saying Harry Kane is an open goal. It's a tap-in for a world-class striker. We know he can't go to Arsenal. We know he can't go to Chelsea. We know he can't go abroad because he wants to break the goal-scoring record. He can't go to Liverpool. He can't go to Man City. Potentially he can go to Newcastle. They won't be in the Champions League potentially, but Man United's a bigger pull. All right, he might go to Chelsea. They won't be in the Champions League. He's never going to leave Europe. It leaves Manchester United or staying at Spurs. Nobody else can compete. There is no... We always say that United aren't very good. I said it this morning. We're not very good at competing for players. I don't think we can compete with the Chelseas and the PSGs anyway. So, Osimhen we probably wouldn't get. Harry Kane, we've got nobody to compete with. It's an open door, walk through. So I think we will go for Harry Kane because of that. And I think that maybe there's been a conversation with Ten Hag where he's maybe said, look, for me, I like Osimhen and I like Kane. And the club have probably said, Kane is such an easy deal to do compared to Osimhen, who will cost us a lot more money. And if you want a midfielder and a centre-back, how much do you want Osimhen over Kane? And I think Ten Hag's probably said, to be honest, there's pros and cons to each of them. But when you're telling me that Kane means I've got more money to spend and it's an easier deal, let's go get Harry Kane. So I think that might be an explanation for it. I think in a way that worries me about the deal as well. That it's not a hard... Like, nobody else wants Kane. Like, nobody else wants him. Like, nobody wants him or can get him. So it's almost like it's... Look, put it this way. For Harry Kane, it's stay at Spurs or go to Manchester United. Nobody else wants him. Like, Madrid do not want him. Bayern Munich, whether they want him or not, I'm not sure they do, and he wouldn't go there. So realistically, it's Man United or Spurs. And we've got to appreciate that. We need Harry Kane to play the situation, play the game, and we need to play the game. And what I mean by that is we shouldn't be paying £100 million for a player with 1 year left on his contract who's 30 in the summer, who's never won anything. Whether he's a world-class striker or not, that's still a lot of money for someone with 1 year left on their deal who's 30. So we need to play the game here. And you play the game by playing the game with Harry Kane. Harry Kane's got a legacy at Spurs, I get it. But you're basically doing what Van Persie did. You're forcing yourself out of a club that doesn't want you to come to Man United. And you've got to do that. You've got to be banging on that door and saying, I've been a loyal servant, I want to go, I've got a year on my deal, I want this done quickly. I want it done really quickly because it needs to get done. You've held me back a couple of years already. And we don't need to be being, played by Spurs in this situation. We need to get control of it. But I think it's a significant update. I'm interested to see what your thoughts are. Get in the comments, smash a like on the video and subscribe. If Ten Hag wants Harry Kane and he's his number one target, we've got to get behind that. We've got to. But I'd be interested to see what you say. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching.